all of a sudden I get this phone call saying, prison said you can't come in today, Doc. But we're still working on it. We're still working on it. But this is why I hold y'all responsible, because y'all share that negativity. Some of y'all thrive on that negativity. That certain female on YouTube, I need y'all to shut her down. I want her mouth closed permanently. I want her mouth closed permanently, because I have no doubt that she had a role in this, and also that coon from Kansas City, so-called Reverend. Okay, y'all need to shut him down too.
Anti-Afro Svengalis are free to go to the timestamp now or listen to me set up the scenario supporting this video and the audio you're going to hear. So what happened here, Umar is freaking out because he perceives Gerald having done something to him. Umar has been on Gerald's trail before Gerald even came to YouTube since 2014, like midway towards the end of 2014. And then Umar started blaming me for everything along with Gerald when I came to YouTube in 2017. So this situation here, he's mentioning us, and neither one of us had anything to do with Umar getting canceled. E and J were the ones that came on and said that Umar never had any scheduled gig with the Fulton County Detention Center or jail. By the time I got around to it, Umar was already canceled from a gig he never had. Gerald didn't have anything to do with it either. He was commenting on it, but it was E and J that was posting videos and took the lead. I'm trying to find out what the heck was going on, and they said Umar was never scheduled. But here's Umar on this live stream having a tantrum and trying to blame me and Gerald for something we didn't even do. We're used to it. I'm just making sure the history is clear here. Here's the specific situation. Dempsey was extremely angry because Umar did not reward him for his effort. Umar wanted success. He wanted Rev G shut down, and Dempsey was unable to do it. What Dempsey did, he kept paying Umar Johnson all this money, hoping Umar Johnson will bring him into the fold, but Umar Johnson made it very clear, you didn't do your job. That's directed to Dempsey, because Dempsey was up here putting out content, trying his hardest to make it appear that he had things under control, but Umar knew better, so Umar came out. This is directed towards Dempsey and those like him, in particular Dempsey, who kept paying Umar Johnson $10,000 plus, begging for some sort of recognition. And in the end, what does Umar Johnson do? He comes up and he mentions Rev G's name. He had in other videos. And obviously, since he was warned about making threats, he gave the city and he gave the title. But he's not mentioning Dempsey. So Dempsey is again humiliated and has to come up with all kinds of lies. What I'm going to play for you is proof of how much Dempsey lies. It goes on for an eternity. The number of lies, the frequency, the extent, the duration, never ending. As to Dempsey, Dempsey is the one who stole the money from Medicaid. Nobody told Dempsey to steal the money from Medicaid. Dempsey's the one who's married to a convicted child abuser. That's Dempsey's problem, but he tries to make it everyone else's. But I don't want to go too far off the beaten track, because I want to show you proof of how much Dempsey lies, even to himself. You have to make sure you look at the screen for the date. Oh, you hear Dempsey saying all kinds of crap, and you're going to hear him lie like he always does. So when you hear Dempsey running around here throwing out all this bullshit about Rev G, that means he's been defeated again. He is defeated and he doesn't know what else to do other than make up lies to try to shift the focus away from his failures. His failures are epic. He's on his 10th round paying these freaks to promulgate his lies. And what is he doing? Looking like a fool. All of the women who had anything to do with Dempsey have left. All Dempsey has left over in that demon chat are people he's dogged out before, are people who have stabbed him in the back. He has to rely on backstabbers and treacherous freaks who did him in He is desperate, and he's up here talking about numbers. There's no amount of numbers, none in the world, that would replace actual friendship, people who are supportive, those who are loyal. Dempsey is the one hanging around with those who have trashed him, and he has trashed them. He does not have Tiff P because she found out he was a bum. He was giving her some chump change, and she realized, you can't give me any more chump change, not with the $133,000 tax lien, you can't. So he might as well hang around with Dusty Bumette, Dr. Skidmark, NPW, because they're both bums. Both are struggling financially. Both perpetrated a fraud like they had money and they didn't. That's exactly what they did. But without further delay, I want to go ahead and play this proof of how Dempsey, defeated, does nothing but come up with lies. He can't handle the fact that he has been beaten down to the bare nub, and he doesn't know what else to do. What does he do? He turns to those who have stabbed him in the back. And look at Carrie Ann. Carrie Ann's not over there anymore. Carrie Ann can't stand Dempsey. Dempsey can't stand Carrie Ann. They don't like each other, but they're hanging out. I'm never going to be in a situation being with somebody I cannot stand and act like they're my friend. I'm just not going to be around that person. But listen, that's what Dempsey does. Dempsey likes to try to put up appearances, but nobody believes him. That's why he's so pissed off. And he keeps posting these videos with my avatar. So what? That's why he keeps lying about me and Gerald. So what? No matter the lie, it doesn't erase the truth. And the two facts that Dempsey cannot stand that you all know about: stealing the Medicaid money, $8,000 plus, and being married to a convicted child abuser. He cannot stand that you've become aware of that, because it debunks all the lies that no one ever believed to begin with. Up here talking about Lennon Honor was abusing his wife and the children were abused. Well, look what happened. He was talking about his own situation, claiming Gerald's wife left. Aida doesn't want Lennon anymore. Well, Dempsey's wife doesn't live in that house. He's jealous because Lennon is with his wife and Gerald has always been with his wife. On a Saturday night, what do we have? Dempsey acting like he's having dinner delivered while on a live stream, or it's snowing outside, and there is no wife anywhere in ear or eye shot, nowhere in that home except for the blow-up doll. That's why he made up all those lies, because he's pissed at other brothers' circumstances having intact relationships. He's paying for a 2-bedroom apartment for the child abusing convicted wife and a teenage son, because when he is on YouTube, he says, I have my son. I have my son. That means the son is visiting. What father says, I have my son who's living with the son? You're not going to say that. Why would you have to say, I have my son? I mean, it was very clear. It was his time for visitation. And he has a bedroom for the son. This is why he targets other people's children and tries to make them appear that they don't have what he's unable to give. This is what Dempsey does. This is how he fosters all this bullshit, just begging Umar Johnson to believe him. And Umar Johnson knew he was full of shit. And the worst about it, unable to protect a 5-year-old baby. A 5-year-old's a baby. You can't protect a baby, a 5-year-old, your own baby, your own child. And he's up here passing judgment on everybody else's parenting skills who he doesn't even know. He hated Lennon having all those videos up there. He hates it every time Gerald is with his family, knowing that they love each other and they enjoy each other's company and they're always looking forward to getting together. What is Dempsey doing? Going to New York? Saying he's going to go to dungeons? Well, he's supposed to be supposedly begging a college to let his son in, to purpose if he has some skills. Nothing about the wife. Nothing at all. Nothing else about the son. Not even, son, say hello. Almost everybody would do that. You don't have to put your kid on the camera, but if you're going to another state and the child is supposed to be the highlight of your trip, there's not even a hello off camera because he's full of crap. That's why. He went to New York specifically to try to see if he can hook up with Scarlett, and she hasn't been back since. That's what happened. She stood him up, thank God, because she's seen how disgusting he is. It doesn't matter how long she sat in that chat. She knew what he would do if they ever fell out. He would start spreading her business if she told him, just like he did with all these other women who he's fallen out with. That's why he's so pissed off. Numbers my ass. A chat full of demons, thinking people are envying a chat full of demons who have stabbed each other in the back and they can't stand each other. He's pissed off because he was not able to succeed where Umar Johnson demanded he succeed, because Dempsey has absolutely no credibility, no facts, no guts, no strategy, no games, no strategy, no game. He doesn't have anything, and Umar Johnson let him know it. Dumpsey was paying Umar money just so he can talk about Umar, thinking Umar is going to big him up, but he was paying Umar to talk about him, and he didn't deliver to Umar, and he got kicked to the curb, as in, I will never mention your name. You gave me all this money mentioning my name, and you never delivered on my behalf. Listen, folks, what you have to do now, be sure you don't touch that dial after you hear, buyer, beware.
Like, first of all, man, let me just say this. I understand you don't want your business out there. You don't want this shit. And for the record, because people think, because people call and make a fucking complaint, that means something's going to happen, that a complaint is merely a complaint. I don't give a shit about complaints. You know why I don't give a shit about complaints? Because I know ethics. And I know that the type of shit that you can do as a therapist that could get your license taken. I know the type of things that you can do to avoid being reprimanded. I know the type of things that you can do and nothing will happen. I don't give a shit about complaints.
Hey guys, how you doing? This is D Darrell at the practice. Basically, I'm gonna get straight to the point. I'm really not in the best of mood right now. I just received correspondence from a particular website that I advertised on, in which my account was basically deleted. My account, they basically took away my account because of a man by the name, or a Bengali by the name of Reverend Gerald Palmer.
I don't give a shit about complaints.
You all are very familiar who Reverend Gerald Palmer is. Basically what he tried to do, he tried to economically harm me. And along with that, he also tried to economically harm those who I employ. Because the particular website that I basically paid for allows me to see clients and do things, and the revenue that's produced from those clients I get referrals from, that also factors into me paying salaries, paying wages, and also other things, providing services for other people that look like us in the community.
I don't give a shit about complaints.
So, Jer, I want to thank you for, in a sense, I want to just let you know, great job of negatively affecting a host of many people who would have benefited from the revenue that was produced from that particular website.
People think because people call and make a fucking complaint that means something's going to happen, and that a complaint is merely a complaint.
Now, I just want to let you know, I'm going to reference the video that I'm talking about. I did a recent video on Malik Yoba and the LGBTQ agenda. Because my advertising was shut down, And I can't advertise on this website anymore. I'm not going to say the name of it, but Dr. Gerald Palmer knows exactly what I'm talking about. I want to thank you for the fact that you have basically, and I want to say basically, shut down revenue that could have been used for other things that could have benefited other people that look just like you. Okay? And the fact of the matter is that, man, I don't really have any issues with you, Gerald. You had other ways in which you could have interacted with me. You have my email address. You have my phone number. You could have contacted me through YouTube and so forth. You choose to try to hurt me economically, which you basically didn't, because I don't get a whole lot of stuff from this place anyway. But the fact of the matter, revenue that I do get goes to those things. But business goes on as usual, brother. So I know you think you did something beneficial, but you really didn't. And the fact of the matter is, I'm fighting them because I may have to sue both of you.
Because people think, because people call it, make a fucking complaint, that means something's going to happen, and that a complaint is merely a complaint. I don't give a shit about complaints.
I like you guys to go back and look and review that video. Review the video that I did on Malik Yoba and the LGBTQ agenda. I really would like you all to review that video and let me know if I said something that you think would be considered hate speech. And then the whole issue about, well, you claim that you're LGBT, open to LGBT issues, but you're saying negative things. I've never said one thing negative in regards to LGBT community as far as what they do. You're trying to bully me. I'm not doing anything unethical. But I know that you went around trying to get me, probably get my license taken away. You sound like you're trying to get me off of anything that I'm advertising on. It's okay, Gerald. I mean, you're doing yourself the harm, because at the end of the day, you're gonna have to deal with the shit that you're doing when it come back and backfire on you. Because I'm gonna sue your ass. I just want you to know that. I'm gonna sue you for slander. And I'm already lawyered up, and they own it as we speak. You messed with the wrong one. Just want you to know that, because you have had other ways to interacting with me, and you chose to take the low road. Now I'm going to take the low road. So it is what it is. It's making me even reconsider. What should I even? I don't even talk about LGBTQ topic. I should show some LGBT testimonials. I get that'll really burn your ass for the fact that I've actually really helped people deal with issues.